Can y'all hear me today? Can y'all see me and hear me? It's kind of hard to tell. Let's see. I see several people in here, but I'm not sure if you're still here. Whenever we start these, it's always 5 p.m. Central Standard Time because that's what time zone we're in. So I think that's like 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. California time. I don't remember what it's called. Pacific Standard Time. Sorry, it's been a day. Okay, yeah, then I was backwards. So it's 4 p.m. on Pacific time and 6 p.m. Eastern. So how is everybody doing today? I got Stevie in my lap. I'm trying to get comfortable. She's such a spoiled little doggy. She's a good dog, though. So let's see. Hello, everyone. Cooking dinner for the kiddos. I got to make lasagna tonight for Cameron's birthday. So if y'all don't know, April the 2nd is a busy, busy day in my family. My Cameron, my youngest, his birthday's April the 2nd. My mother and father-in-law's anniversary is on April the 2nd. My niece, Brittany, who is exactly 2 years older than Cameron, is birthday's today. Plus, it is World Autism Day. So light it up blue. We love to get some support in the community. I'm wearing my autism shirt today. And I even made a Irma stack at Bubbles and Bliss to match. And then I have this cute little, see if I can show it a little bit better, snap that is autism awareness. So hello, everybody. We got people from Montreal and Ohio. Let's see. I need some advice. I need to make some t-shirts with a restaurant logo for a friend's business. Is there a printable vinyl you would recommend? How many colors is the logo? Kind of depends on how detailed that logo is. But I messed around with several printable vinyls. I do like the specialty materials the best, but I haven't found one that is perfect for home use, I guess is the best thing to say. Sorry, I'm getting stickers out of Stevie's fur. With her being a long hair, she catches those little fur, the little stickers in the grass in her fur. Any ideas for a housewarming door sign? There are so many. And one of the tutorials I want to do at some point pretty quickly is one of the tall boards that you can change that says like welcome and show you the whole process on making that. So, but yeah, every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, same time, same day of the week, doesn't matter where I'm at, we are going to be doing these live videos with you. Let's see, hockey jerseys. I have actually never seen a hockey jersey in person. I don't know what they're made out of. We don't have hockey around here. We don't have ice around here. Very, very, very few times a year do we have, or not even every few years. It's like every few years we might have snow and it doesn't stick. It doesn't get cold around here. Is it possible to do sublimation on reverse canvas? Probably if you use, because I know that they make a polyester coating that you can pretty much spray on different items to make it where it can be sublimated on. So you'd probably have to use that. What items would you pick to add to the store for start offering custom-made items? T-shirts are always, always super popular to add as custom-made items. Also, car decals, being able to monogram cups, hats, those types of things are always a good place to start. Let's see, polyester nylon blend fabrics. Typically, if it has nylon in it, you have to use a vinyl that is safe for nylon. A lot of the vinyls will say do not use on nylon because nylon is very, very heat sensitive. So they have special vinyls that are made for it that heat at a lower temperature. Any place teaching for Adobe Illustrator? Not, I don't really know because Adobe Illustrator is not, that's a program my artist here uses. But I use Corel Draw, which you can do the same kind of things with, but I would guess you would just search on YouTube for Adobe Illustrator tutorials. Oh, I'm glad I've taught you so much. Okay, sublimation. The best way to describe sublimation is a printing process. You get an inkjet printer that has special inks that are made for sublimation. And sublimation is you heat the items, and it has to have at least 50-50 polyester, most of the time 100% polyester, or it has a special polyester coating on it. And when you heat it up, that ink turns into a gas, and it like actually bonds to your fabric, so it'll never wash away, never fade. It's really a cool process, but the problem with sublimation is a lot of times you have to be very careful when you're removing the paper transfer off the top of it, because if you bump it in the least little bit, it will shadow because that ink is still in that gaseous state. But as I said, it is so pretty. Yes, you can use any of the SVGs that don't say for personal use only to sell. Anything that is copyrighted, such as Disney and things like that, those are just for personal use only. You cannot sell Disney. I don't sell Disney. Yes, if you send me a friend request on Facebook, I do always accept y'all's friend requests. I'm going to a hockey game in Dallas Stars. I have heard of the Dallas Stars. In Beaumont, for a little bit, had a professional hockey team over at Ford Park, but I never saw it in person. Like, it didn't last long. Hockey just was not a popular sport down here. Baseball and football. They have vinyl that is made for nylon. Hold on. Let me go grab my book and I can tell you what it's called. Sorry. My book was on the shelf. Let's see. Nylon material. There are so many different things that we are going to start offering. Just so you know, excluding nylon. Okay, so like the Thermoflex Extra right here, it doesn't have very many colors. That's part of the reason why we don't stock it. It is for nylon, for leather, and heat sensitive fabrics. You only heat this at like 300 degrees. Cricut glitter and cameo, I don't really use Cricut vinyls. They're really not my favorite. They don't work very well. Let's see. Well, pretty much any laptop or desktop's going to work with the Cricut program. Typically, like what I bought when I bought a new computer, I bought an Alienware. It's extremely expensive, but I needed something that was fast enough to actually edit and render videos. That's the only reason I went with such a high-end computer. Or if you're doing like really skilled artwork like the Corel Draw or Adobe Illustrator, a higher end computer is going to help. Sublimated temperatures, I think it's like 350, but I could be wrong. That's one of those things I don't work with very often. Transfer paper that doesn't have lines, Cricut brand residue, laser residue. The paper I sell on my website is my absolute favorite. It does have lines, but it doesn't leave a residue behind. A lot of times, Cricut, their transfer tape is a little bit too strong and it doesn't like to release the vinyl. Let's see, what's the best way to center a design with two different images and two different colors on a shirt? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Like, is it like two people or like a dog and a cat that you need to center? Typically for something like that, I would lay it out in my design program and see how I want it to look on the shirt and then save it there. See, there you go. There's a good YouTube channel for designing in Illustrator. I have a hard time reading Cricut. Yes, I do too. It is not my favorite. Do you know of a translucent HTV? Yes, Thermoplex actually makes a clear, which might be a good option to, like, if you're doing a print, to take and do over the top of, see, like there's a frosty clear right here. And that might actually work to almost seal in those printable vinyls. I haven't played with that yet, but that, it could almost laminate it for that process, which might be cool. Yeah, see, sublimation temp is 400. So why do some, well, they're all made differently. Every brand, every color, things can be really, really sensitive to heat. Like there are certain glitter vinyls, like the neon glitters, that you have to be like if you're layering over it, you have to be extremely careful with it because it will melt like nobody's business. Loading a logo to the size. Okay, so typically if I'm doing a shirt design like this is 10.5 inches wide. If we're doing a full chest or a full back, 10.5 is what I typically go with. But that's for my background in screen printing. So that is what I use. Oracle 651 did not work. It depends on what your rain boots are made out of. Because I know some of them you can actually, if you apply it gently, you can use heat transfer vinyl. I would spot test it, but it kind of depends on what your vinyl, like what your rain boots are made out of, because I've even put heat transfer on polyurethane flip-flops. Oh, I'm glad you joined Patreon, Donna. That helps our channel grow. I mean, behind the scenes, a lot of this stuff is very, very pricey, and just trying to keep up with whatever's coming out. And I spend a whole lot of time filming and buying projects to try to keep up with what is. R tape is my favorite. I'm not sure exactly where you can buy R tape for. It's like a clear mask, transfer mask. I'm not sure where you can buy R tape at for like personally, like home use. So that one's kind of. Oh, I'm glad you've taught you so much, Amber. I love all of you guys. Y'all are what make this so special. Yes, my Patreon page is linked down in the description box. There are several different levels. That's why we do a Patreon only scrap box for people who support with $1 or more. $4, you get all kinds of SVGs. Do I have a binder looking at instructions or color types of vinyl you sell on your site, or does the company? These I get at trade shows. Typically, I don't know if they give them out, or like if you call them, if they'll send you one. Typically, because we purchase directly from them, like whenever they update it, they send out a new one. But we do try to keep all this information that is included on these. Like if you go on our website and you're looking at a specific vinyl, it will have all the instructions on it. But I will check and see with them if that's something I can offer to be able to sell like on the website. We'd have to get several in stock, but I think that they would probably do that. They work with me pretty well. I love specialty materials. That's why I switched to mainly using them, because their products are so great and there's so many colors. And like, as I said, this shirt has been washed. You can see, I mean, it doesn't, whenever you use the Caesar vinyl, a lot of times when you wash it, it can wrinkle up. Do I send out samples for free? Not at this point. Once we grow bigger, I'm hoping to be able to do like sample books and things like that. But at this point, we're still small. So rain boots or PVC, it might work. I can't guarantee you that. It's one of those things that I would, if you want to try with heat on them, I would do low and slow. So start off with maybe 250 degrees, because you just got to get it to adhere. It's not like it's going through the washing machine. So that would be an option. Swatch rings with the vinyls you sell. We have thought about doing that, but at this point, we're still adding a lot of products. Like every day, we're um, adding all kinds of products. Thermoflex Extra, possibly Heat Transfer Warehouse might have it. I'm not sure who else. I mean, there are not a whole lot of vendors that carry it compared to Caesar, but you know, as I said, if anybody's tried it, they can tell you that, I mean, it's a great, great vinyl. Oh, I'm glad I've inspired you to hopefully have a small business one day. I mean, working all the time like this is crazy difficult, but it is amazing. I never expected when we started this business, because I mean, as I said, I've had the sign shop and the shirt shop for many years, that oh, I'm glad that they had the color guide with it. It's awesome. I mean, as I said, you should see the amount of products that they offer. But I never expected to have this kind of growth. I mean, in June, we will have this business for 3 years, the Cuttin Corners Vinyl part. And I mean, we did well with the screen print and sign shop. We've had it for a long time and it does well, but never expected what we've been able to accomplish with Cuttin Corners. Oh, I'm glad you're starting your store April 22nd. That's awesome. Hot fix rhinestones typically, I think, are about 300 to 350 degrees, but each manufacturer will have different instructions, and they should be included when you purchase your rhinestones. Because I know some brands, like, because some people actually have Swarovski crystal hot fix rhinestones. So it kind of just depends. Let's see. Okie dokie. Let's see. I'm trying to read everything. Okay, so I order my replacement blades off of Amazon. I don't know if there's like a specific brand or not that they are, but they normally are like a 6-pack for $10, and they work just great. I'll switch between, they have a 45-degree blade and a 60-degree blade. 60-degree blades are like the deep cut that you can use on glitter and things like that, and then the 45-degree blades are a little bit more shallow. That's perfect for your regular HTV and your adhesive vinyl. Hello from Colorado, Miss Linda. I'm so glad all of you are here. Sorry, I look weird because I'm sitting here petting my doggy. I have not done any videos yet on hot fix rhinestones. We are going to do some. I have so many videos planned out. It's crazy, but I mean, there's so many. Specialty Materials actually manufactures their own vinyl. They sell to businesses. They don't sell to regular people. They're owned by David Saunders. He's from Australia. He's a very, very, very nice guy. But their vinyl is different than Caesar. So we like it. What kind of online store? We use Volusion for our online store. I know a lot of people use BigCommerce and Shopify, but I really enjoy Volusion. One of the things I love about them is that they have you can call customer service and talk to someone on the phone. Do you know how I get, like, for me personally, I get really annoyed if I have to sit there and like email people back and forth trying to get an issue solved. I'd rather get someone on the phone and just sit there and be able to talk through it and, you know, make sure you get what I mean? Like, yes, I do prefer a 60-degree blade for, no, I actually have 2 separate blade housings. So I bought an extra blade housing. Like I have the silver one that holds my regular one, and then I have a black housing for my Cricut that holds the deep cut blade. Okay, hold on. Trying to. remove. Let's see. You finally got around to using your free vinyl. Did you like it? Hello from Oklahoma. Let's see. Okie dokie. Sorry, trying to keep people from posting nasty things. Yes, Specialty Materials. They're located in Oklahoma. As I said, the owner is from Australia. He is super duper nice. I love David, and his grandson Luke works there too, and I talk to him all the time. Volusion. It's VOLUSION, I think. I could be wrong. Gilmer, Texas. Let's see, where is Gilmer at? Yeah, you do get weirdos everywhere. I have had on some of my videos some of the weirdest comments, and I'm like, why would you even post that? I had one guy, and I showed my husband, I was like, what? That said, I would get more views if I did my crafts in a bikini. I'm like, I'm a mom. I do not want to be videoing in a bikini. So, yes, I do love to buy, like, that is fun to me, trying to figure out what I can apply vinyl to. Like, I play with everything. And I will test things, and I show you the things that work, because there have been some disastrous things that I have tried that are just don't work at all. What size of vinyl for outdoor decal is better? Well, it depends on where you're putting it. Like for most car decals, you're going to want to talk about a 6-inch decal, depending on where you're putting it. Like car magnets and stuff like that typically will run 12 by 18 inches for cars, and trucks are 12 by 24s. So yeah, as I said, it's odd, but yeah, for most of your car decals, 6 inches or so. Okay, gotta hide someone else. East Texas Piney Woods. Okay, so my father-in-law, his uncle Johnny lives in West Texas. So that's not anywhere near it. Vinyl. Okay, so the VLR, the vinyl lettering remover, that stuff, it works. Don't get me wrong. The problem that I have with a lot of the chemicals and things like that, they are very, very harsh. And if you have small children or pets, you have to be very careful about where you put that stuff and keep those types of things. If you're running stuff out of your house, I don't like to have a lot of harsh chemicals in my home. You know, I've got little doggies, I've had kids, so just kind of, hold on, gotta block someone else. Okie dokie. Yeah, alcohol does the job good. That's why I use alcohol so much, to take and remove all the sticky and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so as I said, that's like an extremely harsh chemical. That's the big thing. Yeah, my husband was in Australia. When he worked in the oil industry, he had to go to Australia. He was in Adelaide, and he absolutely enjoyed it. He wants to go back. So maybe one of these days, once things calm down, I will. Yes, I have done vinyl on ceramic mugs. I've had really good experience. I have one that has HTV on it that's been there a long time. I've got several that have regular vinyl. Yeah, a lot of that will remove the paint and stuff like that too. Those can. That's what I'm saying. You need to have. Yes, I've done heat press vinyl on a mug, and I have a video on it. But you also have to remember, everybody's heat press is going to be different, so you need to play with your settings to see what is going to work the best for you. Like as I said, I try to show. I mean, there's a lot of products and things like that that are for professional use that help like remove vinyl and stuff like that. Like they have a spot gun that sprays it out. But most people don't want to keep that stuff in their house. It is terrible for your skin. It's terrible to breathe. On the label it says in California they have to load it that it makes it can cause cancer. So I am not going to put that out there for y'all. I mean, because most people aren't going to sit there and tell you all the side effects and things like that that they have. And whenever you're talking about, so glitter on nylon, again, you can test it, but you have to make sure you got to go low and slow because nylon will melt. Miss Stevie's moving. Yes, I use the same temperature when I'm doing hats as I do our regular. Germany, hello from Germany. I'm glad my methods work well. What else can you try? Guggen. Guggen's pretty good at it. But it also depends on what strength of alcohol you're using. I use denatured alcohol. There are warnings on it because it's alcohol and alcohol is strong. But it is a little bit stronger, and that one works pretty well. And typically what I will do, if I have something that is super old to remove, like an old decal off of something, I'll take the alcohol and put it on a cloth, because I use the Scott rags as my paper towels a lot, and soak it, put the alcohol on that, and then leave it sitting on there so I'm not having to use so much elbow grease. Yes, she's a girl. Her name is Stevie because Caden, my middle one, he's got Asperger's syndrome, went through a phase where because he had a frog and a turtle and a mouse, everything had to be named Steve. So when we got Stevie, since she was a girl, she became Stevie because he wanted to name her Steve. So, but yeah, she's my baby. She's 12 years old. We've had her since she was 2. She was a rescue. We have 3 dogs. So we have Stevie. This is our middle one. We have Bella. She's an old dachshund. Again, she was rescued as well. She's about 15 years or so. And then we have our youngest, which she's Chihuahua, and her name is Layla. But they're all rescues because, like, they're, even our cats and stuff are rescues. There are so many animals that need homes that are out there, so you might as well provide them a good one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just kind of have to look around and see what materials are made for nylon. Nylon's not one of those materials I like to mess with very often. If I can avoid it, I really try not to mess with nylon because, as I said, sometimes it just is not. What is the best strategy for social media like Instagram to get more sales? Post often, but don't just post the things that you want to sell. Yes, like Stevie Nicks. But don't post just the things that you want to sell. You've got to keep your audience engaged. So you've got to find things that catch people's attention. Like if you're looking at brands pages that do a lot of online sales, it's not just ad after ad. Sometimes it's good to repost pictures, like if you're doing custom shirts, repost pictures of your customers in the shirts and things like that. It helps it helps grow your business. Yes, it's so hard losing an animal. I mean, it really is. And this one, she has epilepsy. So she has seizures. So we have to baby her a lot because Layla the Chihuahua, she's still young and wants to mess with her quite a bit. And that's part of the reason why I started bringing her to work, so that way she could get the rest that she needs. But yeah, that's my baby. Yeah, dachshunds actually have, and it's funny because you go and look, because Like, as my dogs have gotten older, I've done more research on how long that they should live. So, have I ever used Cad-Cut Premium? I think that one's Stahl's branding. So, yes, I have used it a few years ago. To me, the Cad-Cut's closer to Caesar than to the specialty materials. Trying to think if there's one that I can't think of one that I've tried that is close to the specialty materials one, but it kind of just depends. When I first got started, okay, so if you don't know, again, we've been in the vinyl business a long, long time. We started off making signs. My mother and father-in-law bought their first cutter about 15 years ago, and they started making signs. I've been working with them for 12 years. We bought our first heat press about 12 years ago. So we actually started off doing custom stuff first. And then whenever, yes, specialty materials has a soft feel. And again, what I really like about it is it's a true matte finish. Yes, I do love keto. As you can see, I've lost some weight. I am down from when I started after I got my fibromyalgia medicine set up and been doing CrossFit. I am at 20 pounds down, so that's not bad. But I actually look thinner at my weight now, which is 155, than I did at 140 before I was doing CrossFit, because I built a lot of muscle. Okay, everyone asks about pricing materials 2 times an hour. Okay, so yes, that works, but then there's also things like that you have to understand too, like as if you have people working for you. Like whenever I've talked to my employees and they're making shirts or whatever, I explain to them, so if the 2 of you are working for 30 minutes, that help do custom stuff for 30 minutes, so you have to take your hourly wage, divide that by half. That's going to add to how much that shirt costs. So it kind of just depends on, but I do have a pricing guide, because a lot of people will only charge for materials. Like you'll see people all day long selling on Facebook a shirt for $10. Now it's a Gildan shirt from Hobby Lobby that costs probably $3, and maybe a roll of vinyl that was $4. So they've got $7 into it. They're selling it for $10. They're not pricing for how long it takes to sit there and cut it, to weed it, to design it. And I'm not going to sit there and try to compete with that. Not in the least little bit. But you have to remember that your time is valuable. Like if I'm not making enough money, I'm not going to spend the time away from my kids. That is extremely important to me. Time equals money. And a lot of times, like especially in older videos, I would get people, you waste so much vinyl. You waste so much vinyl. I make things go easy and fast. And I charge for that entire sheet of vinyl. So for me, it doesn't matter that I'm wasting it, because they're paying for it anyway. And my time is more valuable than the cost of the vinyl, if that makes sense on what I'm saying. So you have to think about everything as a whole. Like if you're renting a location, you have to think about how much your utilities are, how much your rent is. You need to figure out your pricing based on that. Yes, using the iron from the backside, that works great. And you're not using a lot of harsh chemicals. I am good. How are you, Kala? Inkscape, I do have a video on how to create a monogram in Inkscape. Inkscape is a little bit trickier to use, but we are going to do some more tutorials on it. Well, it kind of depends on your skill level for creating things. If you have some artistic abilities and you are willing to put in the time to learn the program and how to do the different features, then yes, creating your own is always the best way to go. But it depends on, again, time and things like that. I know you want to win the Ella Scrap Box, Linda. We will be doing the drawing for April on the 4th. So on Thursday, we will do that video. But yeah, no, I get asked a lot how to create SVGs, and I mean, I go through the basics of it, but the best thing I can tell you is you have to have some type of artistic eye. It You have to understand like how colors work together and things like that, because I have seen a lot of people, and I don't say this to offend, that are putting out work that makes everybody in the business look bad. So that's just my opinion on it. Yes, they specialty materials has so many colors. Like, and I follow Caesar and stuff like that, and they'll announce a color, and I'm like, okay, specialties had that color for years. What font? In Corel Draw, there is a part that says like you can take and search, and it'll find the closest font to it. But sometimes you can ask whoever created it, and they may tell you. Sometimes they won't, but yes, and you have to check and make sure, because if you're purchasing like a file off of Betsy, it will tell you a lot of times down in the description if it's for personal use or if it is for you can resell the address. The link is in the description box, but whenever we get off the live, I think, hold on, let me see if I can type it out. God. This should be it. So you should be, I think that'll work as a clickable link. I'm not sure if it'll work for you. Yes, Inkscape's good. If you're wanting a free program to try, it's really good. My artist swears by Adobe Illustrator. I'm not a big fan of Adobe products. To me, they're a little bit too complex on how to use it, but my favorite is Corel Draw. That's what I use. I tried to, I mean, that's what I tell you. I will be as honest with you as possible about everything from start to finish. We don't promote a lot on here. I only, if I'm promoting another company, it's because I absolutely adore their products or whatever, like specialty materials. I absolutely love their stuff. I mean, it's fantastic. And I've used it for years. So let me remove this. So anyways, or like Baubles and Bliss, the company across the street. They have some absolutely adorable clothes. I adore the Irmish bracelets. Caesar actually has in their electric line a pearl white that is really, really pretty. But yeah, like Baubles and Bliss, I buy a lot from them. They're a great small company. So I'm going to help and promote them because I really like them. And I like what they sell. I mean, if I didn't already purchase all of it from it, then I wouldn't, you know. Hold on. We've got to take and delete some more people. Jesus. What is with there's some creepos today? People are being rude. Let's see. How do you do the multiple cameras for your videos? Okay, so for my videos, typically, if you look behind me, that is my big camera. That's my Canon T6i. So if I'm doing like the sit down talking to you videos, that's what I use. And then we have a GoPro that we use for that my daughter or my husband will take and record like when I'm weeding the vinyl or applying it. So yes, I'm trying to. Yes, I need to add a moderator. Yeah, they're creepy, creepy people. I don't know why. Yeah, Caesar does look plastic. And again, the problem with it is I don't know why we keep getting all these creepy people. Yes, I do. And we sell the pressure sensitive on our website. I absolutely adore the stuff. I have several videos using it. It is so cool. And I like the texture of it. The problem with the specialty materials pressure sensitive is it is not an outdoor vinyl. But even like, because we have windows and we put shirts in the windows and stuff like that, all the glitters fade faster, like if you leave them in direct sunlight. So yes, YouTube has a lot of crazies. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Here, I added you as a moderator, Christine, and I will see if I can add you too, Amanda. Thank you. That always helps because it is so hard to sit there and try to watch your comments and then see all the crazy people. But yeah, now y'all, if y'all see the bad comments, y'all can take and go and feel free to delete them. Because I don't, like, I get so many comments. If you could see, like, whenever I have my YouTube out, like, I try to sit there and keep track of everything that goes up, but I mean, we get thousands of comments a day, so I try to stick around in a video for like the first hour or so and comment back, but sometimes it's very difficult because I do, like, this is my job. Like, I do the videos and stuff like that. Hi, Megan. That's one of my best friends. Rebelling Mother. I have known that girl for many, many, many years. About 21 years, I think it is. She's been my best friend for a long, long time. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know a whole lot about blocking and all that kind of stuff because I really don't have time to do it. As I said, we film most days, but a lot of my day is still I'm making custom stuff. I'm dealing with answering all of the Facebook messages, Instagram. I mean, like, if y'all realize how much stuff I get a day, it's absolutely crazy. I am still learning the scan and cut. I've done a couple of videos on it. The scan and cut so far has not been my favorite, but we are going to master the scan and cut together. So once I figure that one out, I will let you know how that. So anyway, so we have a few moderators now, so hopefully y'all can help keep things on the calm side. Typically, if I'm using a Bella and Canvas shirt, if it has one color of vinyl and it's just a regular crew neck, at a minimum, it is an $18 shirt, and that's for a text-only shirt. What type of projects have I never done? Well, with HTV, I've done pretty much, it feels like everything, but there's always new products coming out. But I really want to learn more about, like, quilting and sewing. Like, that is a thing that I've always been interested in, but I'm not very good at it. Let's see, if I mirror cut something on a vinyl, can it use on a car windows? Yes. Okay. So now it depends on how dark your tint is. But like, if I'm putting a decal on my windows at the shop, I mirror it and put it on the inside. So then that way the direct sun's not hitting it. So if I ever have to remove it, I can take and scrape it off and it'll be good. So yes, but if you've got deep tint and you put a white decal on it, you may not see it from the back side. They say that regular colors of their pressure sensitive glitters can have a transparent adhesive so you can mirror it and apply it to the inside of your car windows. Again, it kind of just depends on what your car windows look like. When someone requests a custom shirt, how much info do you ask for? Or how much do you improvise? Well, it kind of depends on what the custom project is. Like, if someone comes in and is like, I want a birthday shirt, but I'm not really sure, then that's where my creative juices get flowing. And I'm like, here, what about something like this? Or if there's sometimes where you get customers who will take and have a real good idea of what they want. So it kind of just depends. you start looking at colors, talk to them about price, talk to them about price up front. So that way, you know, before they get their hopes up for the $60 shirt and want to pay 20 bucks for. So pricing are always good. So if someone is supplying a shirt, typically it's a minimum of 10 bucks, but it kind of just depends. And whenever someone supplies a shirt, I always tell them I cannot guarantee this. I can't guarantee you that something won't happen, because sometimes mistakes do happen. So I don't want to sit there and, you know, guarantee their shirt, but not knowing what the material is and things like that. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we do. Let's see. Northern Michigan. Let's see. Yes, I use coloring book design images a lot. A whole lot. That's a great way to get characters and things like that, but those you cannot sell. Remember that. You've got to be careful with copyright, because Disney, people will take and shut you down quickly. You look on Etsy, they get shut down all the time for selling things that they are not supposed to. Yeah, so like at my shop, my windows are not tinted, so I can put stuff all day long on the back side, and it's really easy. Yes, those are the options that show up for me too. Yes, I did do a coloring book design, because I showed you how to do the coloring book shirt, which is so much fun. Yeah, so pricing projects for family and friends. I'm sorry, you got to charge what it costs you, because family and friends will take and use you the most to get what they want out of it. Let's see, for purchasing good SVGs, you can check my website. No, I do have a lot of good ones up there, but there are also Love SVG, and Love SVG has a lot of free ones, and they have a thing where you can take and pay $120, which is a lot of money, but all of their free SVGs, if you pay that, you get commercial license for. So you can take and resell them as much as you want. Craft bundles, the Hungry JPEG. There's a lot of places like that. Let's see. Yes, Tigger. We are going to do some Tigger shirts too for our crafting for Disney. There's a lot of characters we haven't got to yet. Thank goodness Disney has so many, because Disney keeps me happy. Okay, so you have to, like, the draw you can use to make paper cards. And if you're using the right kind of markers, I'm sure you could use it to draw on vinyl. I haven't tried that yet. Which that's a good idea for a new tutorial. So we shall see. And for it to work with HTV, probably not the real HTV, not like the stuff that has because that would be on the back side of the vinyl. So yes, Eeyore. Okay, so Cricut, the problem with Cricut, and I know you asked me about this in a message on Facebook personally, Megan, is they don't have an offset feature. But if you download Inkscape, or if you get CorelDRAW, I can show you how to do it there. Because Inkscape, you can set it up and you can export it as an SVG. That is the only thing with Cricut that drives me nuts. There's no offset, no outline feature. I don't know why they don't have it, because Silhouette has it, Brother Scan and Cut has it. So, yes, if you haven't noticed, I have a lot of Eeyore stuff. Eeyore is one of my favorites. I have always loved Eeyore. Well, I'm glad I'm keeping you busy. Oh, if you haven't seen Dumbo, it is amazing. The new one is worth it to go see. Like, I loved everything about it, and I was kind of worried because Tim Burton directed it. Now, I love Tim Burton. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Beetlejuice, Corpse Bride, things like that. But I was scared it might end up on the darker side, because Tim Burton does make things that are a little bit dark to try to put it, I'm trying to put it in the best terms because I don't want it to seem, but I was scared that it might end up being a little scarier because let's face it, they're pink elephants on parade scene from the original. Dumbo can scar kids for life, but I mean, I love it. But it was so well done, and I love the new ending for it. So, just so you know. But yes, I see that you got to go, Belinda, and so do I. It is already 5:50. I've been talking for over 50 minutes. No wonder my throat feels dry. Got to get my doggy packed up and ready to go home because we got workout tonight. Love CrossFit, but oh, it's brutal. So brutal. But it is worth it. And I got to make lasagna for Cameron for dinner because that's what he requested for his birthday dinner. We went to Tokyo, which is a Japanese steakhouse, on Sunday because that's the day he opened presents and things like that. So I guess we will see y'all in the next one. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And don't forget, Thursday is the scrap box drawing. Craftsmas, if you go look on my video tutorials, was just 82 different videos. We did one every single day over just fun little projects that you could set up for decoration, for gifts, those types of things. Yes, I will do some more crawfish stuff. I think we have some on the website. I haven't checked in a while, but yeah, we love crawfish. Is one of my favorite things. So I will see y'all later. Bye.